I want to welcome everyone back here to Prophecy Snapshots, and we're going to continue with our study of the miraculous healing of the Antichrist, which is just pure evil. I do want to remind you, if you've missed any, go back on our church's website, and they're in order under prophecy. Well, as we're continuing, if you remember yesterday, we saw the Antichrist. There was an assassination attempt upon him. He either dies or he is taken almost to the point of death. Now, right at that moment, we saw how there's a war in heaven where Satan, the devil, the serpent, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, he's there with his angels and he fights against Michael, the archangel, and all his angels. Now remember, the devil can't get into heaven, but there's a place in which he can meet with God. Well, it's been that way since the beginning of time. Michael and his angels win. They cast the devil down to the earth, and the Bible says the devil knows he now just has a short period of time. He knows this is the beginning of the end, and he is going to try to take as many people to hell as he can. And now he wants to go after and torture the people of God that are here. So what I want to do, I want to now look to see what's going to happen when he gets here. We see that the Antichrist then seems to have this miraculous healing. Now the world looks at him as if he is God or divine like God. Now look with me. We're going to go down Matthew chapter 24 and verse 15. He says, so when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel standing in the holy place, let the one who reads understand. Okay, let's just stop here just for one moment. What the Bible teaches is this in the book of Daniel, which I am going to be doing an upcoming Daniel study here on our website. Daniel predicted there was a day coming in which the abomination of desolation would take place. Okay, now this was predicted like 1,000 years or longer before this ever took place. That Antiochus Epiphanes went in there, the king of Syria. They went in there into the holy temple. And you know, they have nothing to do with pigs. He took a pig, he slaughtered the pig right there in the Holy of Holies. This is known as the abomination of desolation. Now, we are told here in Matthew by Jesus, when you see the abomination of desolation take place in that passage, he's talking about the tribulation period. He's talking about the devil. And what does that mean? When the devil ends up in the Holy of Holies of the temple. Remember, he helped the Jews build the temple? Oh, he did that for his own official office. He didn't do that for them at all. Now, look what it says here in verse 16. Then those who are in Judea who see this, flee to the mountains. Let me just stop here. So here the Jews are. All the Jews from around the world are going to go back to Jerusalem. They're going to want to live there, and they're going to be doing their daily sacrifices. And while they're in long lines waiting to get into the temple, all of a sudden, people will start screaming about the abomination of desolation. Now remember, the two witnesses have been warning them. Remember, the 144,000 young Jewish men have been warning them. They warned them that this would take place, but they never believed it. Then somebody will say that the Antichrist has now stepped out of the Holy of Holies. Remember, the Holy of Holies, only the high priest can be in there. What's that mean? The Antichrist is demanding worship. Oh, this is frightening. Well, now they realize that the Jewish Holocaust during the tribulation is going to take place. And now he's going to go after them first. Now, look with me in this verse. He says, God says, run to the mountains. He said, the one who is on his housetop, like he's working up there, must not come down to take anything out of his house. And then he says, and the one who's in the field must not turn back to pick up his coat. So he says, if you're in the field and you're working and you see this mass group of people running out of the city, don't go home. If you're up on the roof, don't go in the house to pack a bag. Just run. And so one mass group, they go running out of the city. The people know where to run. They have already been warned and they have been told. He says, for at that time, there's going to be a great tribulation such as never happened from the beginning of the world until now, nor will ever happen. Okay, let's go down to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. First of all, what is going to happen here? They're going to go to Petra. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. The hidden city of God. I'm actually going to show you a picture of it in tomorrow's study. It says here, the man of sin, the devil, Antichrist, will be revealed, the son of perdition, the one who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that God sitteth in his as God. He sits in a temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So the Antichrist is going to declare to the people that he is God. Listen, if there was ever a time in your life in which you need to be saved, it needs to be right now. If there was ever a time in your life that you need to straighten your life up as a Christian, it's right now.